boys? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to Puck Nation podcast episode number 60, right? We got to 60, boys.
60.
It's number 60, and we're coming to you live from Soccer IQ in Laval, right? But before we get to that, we're going to bring in all the owners and Mark and everybody else and all my buddies. Yanni, everybody good? You good?
Doing good.
Yeah? Mike, you good?
I'm doing all right, man.
Wonderful,
Back
wonderful.
from the road.
Look, so without these guys right here that you see on your screen, without Red One Music here, none of this happens, right?
That's right.
So I want to say thank you to them. These guys, friends of ours, Mike, yours and mine, because we're in the music business, friends of ours.
That's right.
And they can help you out with all your musical needs, man. All of them, band, podcasts,
DJ.
especially DJ shit, right? Yeah. Especially the DJ stuff.
Sound systems,
rentals, parties, bar mitzvahs, all the other mitzvahs and whatever, right? Go see them at 2069 Chartier in Dorval, or give them a shout at 514-225-2226. Tell them that Puck Nation sent you.
You know, Sergio's going to be proud of you. You keep adding something every time.
Well, of course. Of course. Listen, if Sergio doesn't like it, he can get on his knees and he can fight me. Okay. Fucking giraffe. So look, like I was saying before, we're coming to you from a dear friend of mine's place. It's called Soccer IQ. And this thing, man, I remember the first time I walked in here because I was here for the actual grand opening.
Grand opening, yeah.
Dude, it's all stuff for kids to come and play soccer, to learn how to play soccer. There's coaches, there's goalie coaches, there's all kinds of. Anyway, you know what? I'm just gonna shut up and we're gonna bring in Mark Arish. He's one of the owners there. Yeah, and he's gonna tell us all about it. Mark, where is he? Mark, what's up, buddy? What's up, kiddo? You good?
Number one.
Excellent. Thank you for doing this, Mark. You invited me to your grand opening. I remember we did this, right?
Yeah.
And I freaked when I came. I'm like, I remember I was saying when I was a kid, I used to pray for shit like this. How did you come up with this, brother? What is this? What is this?
It's like a playground for the soccer
It
people,
is.
man. It's like a candy store.
How did you do this? What's going on?
2 years ago, my partner and I, my partner came up to me actually, my partner Frank, and he was looking for his daughter extra training. We played for club soccer, but looking for extra training for the daughter, and he couldn't find an indoor facility. There was one spot like in Timbuktu in a garage with a piece of turf, do extra training there. So we're like, okay, this is wrong. Soccer, especially youth soccer, is huge.
In all of Quebec, Mark, nothing.
Well, I would say within 30 to 40 kilometers from here.
Of us.
So, yeah.
Okay, wow.
So we said, listen, with all the youth soccer that's around here, it's huge. So we said, you know what, there's a big need. There's a need for it, so we found a place here. At first, we wanted to just put a field or two. Then we found these...
a field or two?
Yeah.
There's like 10 of them in here.
I know. Then we found a company where there's nice electronical machines. It's all light-driven. They're from the UK. And all the big clubs in Europe have those in their training facility. We said, let's bring them over. And when...
You found them all in the UK?
Yeah.
And you brought them all down here?
Yeah. Amazing, man.
When Frank told me about the idea, I'm like, you know what, let's jump into it. And that's it.
That's incredible.
It's been a year. November 11th is going to be a year.
I know exactly. Yeah. I was here at your grand opening. So what do all these machines do, man? Tell me, because you have a few of them.
No, it's all light generated. So, example, there's a circle, there's a square, there's a shooting wall. Everything has the same type of light system. So once you put it on, there's a green lights, red lights, yellow lights, and you get points. For you hit a green light, it's 3 points. You get a red light, it's -1. So everything is active. You have a timer, so even a child where you come in alone and play, you're playing against yourself.
That's
you ask
incredible.
your kid to go outside, kick the ball on the wall for 5 minutes, he's gonna get bored.
It's a constant challenge for the kid.
100%.
It's a constant learning.
Really,
it's
in a minute you're hitting the ball like 50 to 60 times, and you don't even realize it. The kid.
Mark, where were you when I was like 8?
I know.
Oh my God, dude! I would have killed. I remember the first time I walked in here.
I wasn't born. I'll tell you where I was. I wasn't.
Dude.
Yeah.
You know.
Shut up, Mark. Shut up. I know I'm old. Shut up. Mike, imagine.
It's crazy. You got an amazing facility.
This is state of the art, man. I couldn't believe it. And the kids love it. They love it. When we walked in here before, it was full. The kids were freaking out, training. So what? You give lessons to kids, goalie lessons, everything, right?
We have a goalie IQ where Frank and the goalie staff gives lessons for about 12 to 13-year-olds and under. We give training. There's a lot of also. It looks like it's really kid-driven. But there's a lot of the machines. I said they're made for pros. They're dumbed down also for the youth, for the kids, for the beginners. But there's a lot of elite players that come here to try to work on their performance.
That's incredible.
But we do a lot of courses, private, semi-private. We give lessons. I give courses on the weekends for 3 and 4-year-olds, and 5 and 6-year-olds. So those are my favorite. They're really fun.
Isn't that incredible? The innocence of those kids is just what a beautiful thing.
It's amazing, and we have an amazing staff. Young students that love soccer, that coach soccer, and
oh my God, that's incredible.
blessed, honestly.
And another thing I saw up on your walls before, you have parties here. They can come play 3-on-3 or whatever.
We do, about every weekend. Every month we do about 40 birthday parties a
Oh
month.
my God.
Yeah. It's,
Wow.
it wasn't part of our strategy.
There's
at first,
30
but,
days in a month. You do 40 parties
yeah,
a month. That's
Honestly,
incredible.
it's big.
That's incredible,
Yeah,
man.
It's new. It's fun. The parents love it. Every birthday party, there's an extra 2 that are booked from the people that come because it's really fun.
crazy.
It's really fun. It's addictive. Even for adults, it's addictive.
Dude, you know me, I've been suffering with my back and I'm waiting for my surgery, whatever. I walked in here. The first thing I did is I got
on a wall, huh? You got on a wall.
I hopped onto one of your fields and I started kicking the ball like a big idiot. I was like a fucking kid in a candy store, man.
I do have a question for you though.
Yeah.
It's for all levels. Like kids could come.
Oh,
rookies.
100%. It's from literally from beginners to pro.
Awesome.
Every machine has a kind of iPad link to it, and there's unlimited settings to it. So, like I said, I do 3-4-year-olds, even 5-year-olds, up to semi-pro players that play for clubs. Semi-pro, they come
Incredible.
here. A couple of CF Montreal players came here to
Wow.
do some training because it could go to the level you want.
That
Yeah, it's really cool.
and Mark, price-wise or whatever, do you want to give that out now or do whatever?
Yeah, we could. It's if you want to come in and play you could do like a half hour or an hour and 15 minutes. A half hour is $13.
Oh my God.
For an
God.
hour and 15 minutes, which is a lot in the sense of a lot of cardio.
Yes, of
it's
course.
$25. Then if you want to come, you could do it as a gym membership as well. So you want to come constantly, weekly. You could take a monthly package and you could come unlimited. And it's really, it comes
You just
out-
come train.
It comes out to like $12 every time. You
Rain
come.
or shine, you come in here.
Yeah, and then within a month we're gonna have a gym in the back as well.
Oh
So
my
while the
God.
parents bring their kids to train, the adults could go on for the hour, work out in the gym, part of the membership. It's really fun.
That's really
Brilliant.
cool, man.
It's
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah,
It's
it's really cool.
it's brilliant.
It's really
It's
cool.
brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh man, that's awesome. Listen, I want to thank you for having us here.
Oh, man,
thank
thank
you
you.
so
Thank
much.
you,
Are you
guys.
kidding me? Thank you so much, Mark. I wish you the biggest success. You know, you and your brother are like two of my best friends. Thank you so much for doing this, and thank you for the kids. On behalf of the kids, I've been coaching my whole life. I still coach today.
Amazing.
Okay,
Amazing.
and you know how much I love the children, and how much, when I see them, especially playing soccer, the game that I love. What do they call?
joy,
We call
man.
it the
It's a joy.
beautiful game.
Of course.
I see this, man. It just,
Warms the heart.
yeah, man. It warms the heart. It
yeah.
really, really, really does, brother.
Yeah.
It really does.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
everything,
and.
guys. congrats on your 60th, guys. It's
Well,
amazing.
it's our 60th show,
Congrats.
and a lot of our friends are here. A lot, your brother's here, and
yeah.
Raton is here, and Bart is here. A lot of the the usual suspects
boys.
are here. Yeah. So we're gonna get back into hockey. Thank you so much for
Thanks.
doing this,
Thanks,
man.
guys.
Thank you so much.
Peace out.
We
Thanks.
greatly appreciate it,
All right, bye.
guys. I don't know about you, man, but
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, man. What
Yeah,
if we have a
very
hockey
cool.
thing like that? We
Wouldn't
should
it
have a
be
hockey.
awesome?
We should have a hockey thing like
Maybe
that.
that's something that they would want to start. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe, I'll talk to Mark about it and say
Yeah, exactly.
split it up, half hockey, half soccer. But anyway, guys, so we're here and we're gonna get back to talking hockey and stuff, whatever. And
We got
Yeah.
a line change, guys.
we got
Yeah,
a line
change.
change.
Yeah,
Here we go.
line
Here's
change.
Gabby now. Here's Gab.
Hang
What's
on.
up, Gab?
It's coming. There he is.
Hey, welcome back, man.
All the way from Florida.
All the way
Subbed
from
them out.
Florida.
Yes.
And why don't we tell them why you're here? You're here for the wedding, right?
I am.
Okay, another one of our usual suspects. Pasky, we asked him to be here tonight, but because he's getting married on Saturday, and apparently he had his rehearsal, and we're like, Gab,
Priorities, man.
Pasky, man, your fucking priorities, dude. You're not even married yet, and you're fucking going to the rehearsal.
You know what's even worse is Grenady because
'Cause he's
also
not
at the
getting married, yeah.
he's at the rehearsal.
Oh man. Anyway,
Maybe he's painting the church. I don't know if we're getting ready for Saturday.
Could be getting ready for Saturday. We're gonna have a good time on Saturday, man. But Gab,
We won't remember, but we're gonna have a good
yeah,
time.
exactly. Gab, I'm glad you're here this week because I mentioned you last week. I don't know if you listened to the
did,
show.
yeah.
We were talking about all that bullshit with the blackouts and whatever, and I said I wish Gabby was here so he can explain the money situation about it because I know it's all about money. And what you told me before, and guys, we're right. We speak because we're fans. We
Yeah.
speak because we're big time fans. Mike, we've been
of
fans since we're kids, whatever.
Yeah.
So we come from a fan point of view, correct? Gab, you're more of the money guy. This blackout shit. How can you justify that your kid or any other kid can't watch a Montreal Canadiens game here in Montreal, but he can watch Winnipeg St. Louis?
Yeah, it's
Sorry, let me finish. On the stations that we pay. Like I said last week, I pay for 5 TSN channels, 6 Sportsnets. I pay RDS's, TVA's, everyone can't watch the game.
yeah. Listen, I'm not gonna pretend I know all of this stuff, but I can go from a logical perspective, and I know that in the NFL it's a little bit clearer the way they black out. And I live in Florida now, so we have obviously a couple of football teams, and one of them is Jacksonville, which doesn't
right.
really attract, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason I read into that because that was a big thing. A lot of people were complaining about blackouts, and the thing is that in Jacksonville, they want you to attend the game. So that's why they black it out in your city, because you're there. You should be going to the game if you want to watch the game, and they want to fill the seats. Now, if they filled the seats and it was a sold-out house, my gut says that they would open it up, because at that point you can't even go into the stadium anyways, so they might as well make money off the broadcast at that
Unless
point.
they want to force you into the bars.
Unless they want to force you into the bars, but the owners have no profit share in the bars.
No,
so
but-
they don't.
Makes sense.
It
That's
doesn't-
right.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
still
Doesn't make
it's business in the community, right?
It is,
still-
but at the end of the day, I don't think. Listen again. I'm talking out of opinion, but if I own the Jacksonville Jaguars and I don't own the bar down the street, I could care less if anybody's at
Goes
the
to the
bar.
bar. Exactly.
Right? Like it sucks
But
to
Gab-
say, but it is what it is.
But doesn't that sound not counterproductive? But what do you call it?
Counterintuitive.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Listen, it does, but it boils down to money at the end of the day.
Yes.
Like for the owner, it is mine. And again, it's the broadcasting rights. Who buys them? And that's the part of the money that nobody explains to us, is who's actually getting the money. So if
I don't know.
now, you know what it is in hockey too is a little bit different. Well, football is clear because they have nights, right? You have Thursday night football, you have
Monday night football, yeah.
And then some networks will buy Thursday night. Like I think it's Prime now that has the Thursday night, and then who is it?
Now they got Monday hockey too.
They got Monday night hockey. That's right. But so now you have to have Prime to watch that game. So if your team happens to be playing that night on Monday, like the Leafs played Monday last week,
Monday,
right?
yeah.
So if you didn't have Prime,
You can't watch the game.
no, you're not watching the game.
You know what?
Now Amazon.
Yeah.
What is it? I think maybe 87% of the fucking population has,
Pretty much, yeah.
has Prime
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
because or
yeah,
else
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
get shit.
Yeah.
I know, like, listen, I did the
So
mistake
how many of
traveling
these
to
platforms
Montreal.
are we supposed to have, Gav?
Exactly, and that's I think they're weeding out cable. I mean, cable was that.
That's what
thing.
Mike said.
Well, they're weeding it out. So
Yeah.
at first it was like, you did mention Netflix last week, right?
Yeah.
And Netflix was free. There was no ads. There was none of that bullshit.
Not anymore.
Right, but they also had a very limited library of it, whatever,
Yeah.
videos, movies.
Sure.
So, and they each buy, right? Like even me, like I'm in the U.S., so I have like access to a lot more of these networks. So we have Peacock, which is I believe
Yeah.
NBC, and,
Yeah.
It's NBC, yeah.
and then I have
Yeah.
to buy Paramount to watch the Europa Cup and the Champions League. And
Tulsa
I got-
King.
and I gotta buy ESPN, so I buy ESPN Plus to watch most of the hockey games.
Okay, so look, that's what I did here,
But they
right?
black out the Panthers right?
Why? That makes no
I
sense.
can't watch the Panthers because
Yeah,
Bally
and-
Sports. I don't know who has the rights this year, but last year Bally Sports has the rights, so I had to watch it on Bally.
Yeah,
But-
NHL Network, Center Ice,
Yeah,
they blacked it out.
yeah.
So what am I paying for?
Well, they blacked it out. Which game? Because Prime owns it, and Prime's like, you ain't showing it. I'm paying all this
Because I'm
money.
paying all this money, therefore it belongs to me, therefore I'm the one that shows it. You want to watch it, you got to come to
Now
me.
the issue with hockey, as compared to football, is football there's profit sharing, so all that money goes back to the teams in a
Yes.
certain proportion. I don't know if that's happening in hockey now with the way they're selling the broadcasting
I'm
rights.
not sure.
But what sucks about hockey now is that, yeah, you have to have, like, they buy chunks of the seasons, if you will. Like, if,
But I
if Prime's
feel-
buying only Monday night, then
I feel like it's going towards the microtransaction route, which is really good for businesses.
100%.
You know, they're going to make a lot more money. Now, does it make a difference for the sport itself? I don't know. Will it grow as a sport? I have no idea.
it will, because they're starting to go international. So honestly, I don't think they give a shit about the fans in North America anymore, because the ones that can afford it will pay for it. The ones that can't, it's going to be supplemented by money from somewhere else. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
where are they playing now? The hockey. Where did they play the Devils? It was a Czech
Czech
Republic.
Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
these
they're
are all
starting to-
test markets. That's
yeah,
what they're
of
doing.
course.
Well, of course,
and,
yeah.
and I think they played in China last year,
I'm
right?
not sure. I don't remember.
Football now is whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Europe,
They
Germany,
they
England.
started England every
Well,
year. Yeah.
But look at Jacksonville. They can't sell out here. They're selling out. They have 2 home games a year in London because they have a sellout crowd
Yeah.
at Wembley.
And that's-
How many people fit in Wembley?
Oh my.
And then the LA Kings play in Quebec City
in Quebec City. Yeah. No shit, yeah.
for $8 billion tax
Preseason
dollars.
game.
Yeah. for $8 million.
But
Yeah.
it's a preseason to boot, right? Like it's
Man.
not even
Yeah,
a regular
yeah.
season
Well, you know, I kind of get it. I understand the perspective of it. I just find it such
It does.
It's so hypocritical, I find, because you see Bettman coming on every station. Oh, well, we want to grow the game. We want to grow the game in Europe. We want to grow the game.
There
Dude,
it is,
meanwhile,
but you just said it.
Yeah, but meanwhile, you're blocking it where you make all your Benjamins. Say what he wants. It's in Canada, man. You know what I mean?
But meanwhile, look, you're a Leafs fan. Harold Ballard.
Oh, please, don't even get me started.
But think about it, because at the end of the day, what did he say? Well, I'm selling out.
I don't care.
Even if I put cones.
As long as there's asses in the seats, it is, and that's why what's his name got. Yeah, I know.
But now Bettman, that's the theory here too, right?
Because he does make money for the owners. Makes shitloads of money for the owners.
They're starting to sell broadcasting rights at the local network, like Arizona. Back then, they were buying the. Like even the local, you couldn't watch an Arizona game unless you bought it on that channel or watched it on that channel. It was a local television. So when you're at that point, you've milked the market, if you will, right? You've squeezed.
Yeah, of course. There's nothing else.
So
exactly.
For them, growing the market isn't about here anymore.
It's not.
It's grown.
Yeah. Again,
I hate it too.
I can't say it because again, I'm a fan, right? So I'm speaking to you, to the people, to our listeners. I'm speaking as a fan. You know what I mean?
I get it.
It breaks my heart,
But
man.
as I was telling you guys last time on the chat, like I have like the fan Gabriel that's over here, and then I got the owner Gabriel who's here, and they always scrap it out at the end of the day because they're not really on the same side, right?
Yeah, no, you're totally right, man. Anyway,
But at the end of the day, it's still only 3 teams that fund the league, right?
well, that's what they say. Without Montreal, Toronto, and what is it,
New York.
and the Rangers,
New York.
they got
It's over.
shit, right?
Yeah, they fund the whole rest of the league. Those 3 markets.
So I don't know. If I was them,
Yet they can't even buy a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, right.
67. Whatever. Let's not even go there, Gab.
But
Okay.
all of them, like whatever. Even if it was more recent, they can't buy one.
Yeah. None of them can. Yeah. Anyway, the Rangers. Look,
They can't even buy a goalie. The Rangers right now.
you know what?
Apparently not.
You know what?
Yeah.
Little Michael's here too. We're gonna get into him after. But you're right.
Yeah.
Let's segue into that, right, guys?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So we were talking about Shesterkin last week, right? He fucking turned on $88
This is
million,
crazy.
which is fucking nuts.
This is nuts.
But today I heard, I don't know if it's true, but it was on French radio here. Dude, Lafreniere is looking for $10 million a year.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but it's 10 million Canadian, maybe. I don't
So
know.
it's worth
Doesn't matter
$4
what the fuck
an
it
hour.
is, dude. It could be fucking 10 million Algonquin. Who cares?
You know what though? The kid was a first overall pick.
So what? You
The
got to
kid
play it.
tore up the QMJHL.
Listen, he was good in the playoffs last year.
He's good now. He's got a
No,
great
but
start
I
this year
get
too.
it,
But the whole
but
team has.
He's
I know,
gonna be
but
good.
What's the knock on like Marner and all that, right? Like,
Ugh.
he's good. No, but just to say that this guy's performing in the playoffs, right? Like
Yeah.
he's performing in
Yeah,
the playoffs.
which one ups Marner exactly?
Which one ups a lot of players.
lot of
in the
players,
NHL,
exactly.
right?
But jumping from like $12 to $10 million, like when you've really proven nothing yet.
Who decides? Like I'm gonna play that.
Isn't
I'm
it
gonna
the
play
market?
the devil's advocate here, just
Okay.
because I don't disagree with you guys, but like who decides what's proof and how much is enough to pay someone?
Well, don't they look at the other guy
Well,
that's
I
equivalent?
think a body of work.
They look at precedents.
Yeah,
but
but
the
yeah.
precedent is short.
Yeah,
right?
but you need a body of work.
Okay, but what's again define body of work? How many years is that to you?
Well, he's only been in the league, what, 2 years?
Well, call it 3 next year by the
Yeah.
end of this year because that's his ELC ending,
Yeah.
right? If he's asking for 10.
Yeah, but
So-
unless you're a Connor McDavid, you don't go from a rookie contract to $10 million. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's reserved for players in the elite of the elite. You know
but
what I mean?
Connor McDavid, look at it this way. I think we have to look at it as a percentage of the cap as opposed to dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what 10 million meant in Connor McDavid's years, right? Like when
Yeah.
he got his first big contract. And the other thing is, I think that, there used to be the bridge that we would do all
Well,
the-
that's what I'm
That
saying.
bridge
I
contract
we
thing,
love
yeah.
it, but nobody wants that because of the, I think in the,
That you lose a year or something, yeah.
the new CBA, the newest CBA, I think that's what it is. The UFA year comes a year earlier.
That's right.
And
So
they
you
wanna
lose a
cash
year.
in,
Yeah,
of
they want to
course,
cash
they
in on
wanna
the year.
cash in,
Of
yeah.
course, it makes sense.
Listen, you can't blame them because what is Shesterkin is saying no to 14 million?
11. He turned down the 11, like 88
I know,
million.
88 million.
But that's minimum wage in the NBA, right? Like,
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
but that's what they're
But they also have
comparing.
10 players on the bench, and you have 22, so it's different,
all I'm saying is that these guys in New York, one of the biggest markets.
Yeah.
He's got the Jets who suck balls.
Yeah, and they do.
And the punter's probably getting
Yeah.
6 million.
I want that
And
They're
money.
also getting 80,000 fans a game.
And NBA and all, I get it. No, I get the math. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. But I'm just saying that as an athlete, you're a pro athlete. You go to the restaurant, you want a table, and you're behind all these athletes
Yeah.
that are richer than you. You know what I mean? Like, it's,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got to look at it from their perspective. Even though
Yeah.
it's tons of money, guys. It's stupid money.
It's
right?
fucking.
To
ridiculous
us, it's
money. You
stupid
kidding me?
money, but to them, it's about
what I'm worth.
It's,
He
no,
says-
it's about keeping score. It's
Yeah.
not even about the
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
The problem is it sets a dangerous precedent.
Yeah, but that's the team, right?
Yeah,
That's
but
why.
because then now second line players are getting $10 million.
Well, that's what I'm saying now. So now,
Yeah.
apparently, look, I don't know if it's true. The rumor was today he's looking for Lafreniere. I'm talking about. He's looking for $10 million. $10 million, and it's like what you said. Well, what proof do we have? Well, the proof is that the second guy under him, who has the same amount of points like him, the same amount of goals like him, or whatever, time on the ice, whatever it is that they look at, is getting their $10 million. Therefore, like Gabby says, he says, I deserve that.
You could look at it differently too, though. You could look at it in the way of real estate, right? You have. I know.
Give me language, but
So you have a guy like Lafreniere. He's what, a second liner, let's say. What's the?
is that where he
he's
plays
a first
in
or
New York?
second
He plays on
liner?
the first line.
He's on the top two.
Yeah, he's on the top two. So you got to go and compare. If you have a house with 4 bedrooms in the same location and it's sold for $700,000, you're obviously gonna go asking for the same amount of money, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But
I
then
feel
they have to
it's-
look at the condition of the house. You got to look at
yeah.
other factors.
If he
which
has a
is
busted knee, if he has a
injuries,
concussion,
injuries.
Yes.
Yes.
The other thing that in hockey you got to pay attention to is also, how many of your points are on the power play, how many of your points or how much time are you spending against the other team's best
players, that's
versus,
right, yeah.
like I'm sure they break all that. I mean, the agents can't be. I mean, if we're thinking about it, you figure.
Well,
the
I'm sure
agents-
if we talk about it, I'm
That's what
sure they
saying,
talk about it.
do.
Yeah.
So it's probably come down to a science that at least they can back up their request. Listen, you want to compare it to real estate. You know how many times I look at a financial statement when I want to buy something, and the seller's saying, "Well, it's worth this." I'm like, "On what planet?"
Yeah.
Like, why? Well, this guy sold this. Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, well, that's not the
this guy
same.
was making money. You're telling me that this could make this much.
That's
oh,
right.
okay. So I gotta pay to fix it, to go get the clients that are gonna pay this, and then it's gonna be worth that. But I have to
That could
pay,
make that money.
I have to pay you for it. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's pro forma, and how much do you pay on potential? Because some teams
Well,
do pay on potential.
Well, yeah, there's a saying that we even use in the music business, right? It's like, I'm interested in income, not if-come.
If
Right.
come, that's
That's a
right.
good one. Fuck.
That's what it
You
is.
know what I
No,
mean?
I'm gonna
My-
use that.
You
Fuck.
should.
Gabby,
That's
we
a
do-
music industry
That's
term.
a music industry thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much income, not if come. You know what I mean?
Especially when they say, yo, you get good exposure.
Yeah.
We'll pay you, but we don't have to pay you because we're giving you exposure. Oh, is that right?
Oh, let me get all
Yeah.
kinds of
I'm
sun
playing
exposure over there on the
your
beach.
bar for exposure. Yeah, is that what I'm doing? Okay. Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, but it's the same concept.
It is.
It's the same
It-
concept.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, there's a part I think that the general manager has to be responsible, and there's FOMO too, right? Like if a player is not is willing to sit out, and
Well-
what's the opportunity cost for your team, not only on the ice but in the stands?
In the stands, of course. Yeah.
Right. So,
yeah, of course.
so there's a lot of other factors where a team is going to make a decision that maybe doesn't make sense when you're just looking at it, but for maybe on their end it makes financial sense. Maybe the owner knocks on the door, says, "Hey, whatever this guy wants,
Give it.
to
Exactly,
him, because
exactly.
I need to sell these
Hey,
jerseys."
Jerry Jones, man, look what he does.
Yeah.
Because
No
does it
kidding.
make sense
Yeah.
to pay even Cristiano Ronaldo? Right, we're talking.
Yeah.
What did they pay him?
Whatever he
Fucking
wants.
$1 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
but they made that money in less
Oh,
than a year just selling jerseys, right?
Of course.
So at the end of the day, is it about money? Is it about winning a cup? We had this discussion.
Yeah, I
where,
know,
like,
man, I know.
If you're selling enough jerseys that you can pay for a salary,
cares?
keep him there for 8 years.
That's it. And he's in the stands for 8 years. You're selling out. Nobody cares.
Is there a stat? Like, do we know how much teams actually get from the league for winning the cup?
I'm not really sure.
Well, it's just obviously you have all the extra revenue of the games in the
Yeah, but-
building.
yeah, but wait.
And all the extra
But that goes
TV
to-
contracts.
That goes to
But-
everybody
Mike,
that
but
makes
that
it to the
doesn't
round.
that doesn't go to the players.
No, I understand. Players get like these BS
No, we're-
bonuses.
Yeah, but we're talking about the team here. We don't care
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
players.
yeah,
The players
the
are getting
team-
their salary.
yeah, the
Yeah.
team's getting obviously the revenue of being open those nights.
Yeah.
All the jerseys they're going to sell, all the concessions they're going to sell, the TV rights they sell for those extra games that they didn't know they'd have.
That's in the tens of millions of dollars.
But it's also, I don't know, I mean, like a lot of people don't realize when they're watching the playoffs, but don't you notice that in overtime in the playoffs there's no commercials
None.
because they don't know there's going to be
That's
an
right.
so they can't sell the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
So
sure there's
that's-
an if equation.
Yeah,
that they can
yeah,
sell
probably,
the
yeah.
time.
But still, there isn't.
There isn't. You know
Watch
what? No, but-
any playoff game. There's no commercials in the overtime.
I know, but I think it's because we don't know how long it's going to last, the overtime.
That's it, yeah,
and we can't
yeah.
have kids staying there till 4 a.m.
Yeah,
and
no
kids
kidding.
staying up till 3 a.m.,
Then
whatever.
what?
I remember because when I was a kid, man, I remember that Philadelphia game that
Oh,
lasted.
my God.
What is it, quadruple, quintuple
Yeah.
overtime?
I
when
think
Primo
it's the third longest game in history. Yeah,
I remember watching that game live.
Yeah.
Live. I mean,
On TV, yeah.
Man, and then you look at your clock.
You gotta get up to go to
3:31,
school,
I wake
yeah.
up in 4 hours.
I don't know how accurate this information is. It's from The Athletic, so I'll.
Yeah,
Give
that's
it
pretty
pretty,
accurate.
pretty
Yeah,
well.
I like
It's looking at 6.5 million Stanley Cup champion.
6.5
Split
million.
between the team.
Wow, which is
But
that's fucking peanuts.
No, that's not the league. That's the
No,
team.
no, that's the team.
from the league to the team.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
okay,
that's,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
peanuts.
So
That's-
6.5
but that's
million
just like
divided
a-
by 22 guys.
Yeah, but that's just like a token,
Yeah,
right?
that's like your pocket money. Your pocket
Yeah,
But at the end of the
that's
day,
hey, we won. Let's go
if
party.
you're a hot shit in the Stanley Cup final, you can be sure there's going to be 10 companies beating your door down for a crazy endorsement right after.
Yeah.
So that's where
and
the
that's
real
where
money
they make
is.
the money, Mike. That's right.
That's where
right.
the real money
That's right.
is.
But that's the thing is that I think for the players, the Stanley Cup is a bigger deal than for the owners.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
The problem is that the players are on a fixed paycheck and the owners aren't.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, Gab, we're Leaf fans, you and I.
Yeah.
All those years ago when there was that teachers, whatchamacall that owned them,
Yeah,
whatever.
Terry
Okay,
Teacher's
remember?
pension
That-
fund.
Dude, they didn't care about winning no fucking cup.
No,
don't lie.
they cared about the pension.
Their exactly. Their job was to make money, and they made money. Because I remember there was a rumor that some of them wanted to sell, and some of them
guys,
didn't.
If you guys want an insight, get ready because now, you know, these franchises are going for billions.
Yeah.
Well, at least in football and hockey, I don't know where they're at.
Well, the
but-
Canadians and the Leafs are in the billions.
well, that's the value, but we haven't seen a sale go.
Oh
so I know
no,
that-
yeah.
But now they're starting, and I don't know how it works in all the different sports, but I know the MLB at the beginning, before I think it was before last year, the year before that, you had to basically be almost a single owner, or the minority owners
Okay.
had to have certain criteria. Now they're allowed to sell small stakes to different private equity funds.
Oh wow.
So I can start raising $100 million from investors and then buying a small, like a 1 or 2% piece of a baseball team.
wow.
So now think about the value, how it's
Yeah.
going to skyrocket because you're splitting that $1 billion worth that's in one pie
Yeah.
into,
Into-
let's say, 100 different
Exactly.
pies. And but if
how do
if
you make
wanna-
a decision after that?
Well, that's it. No, but that's easy. It's just like these public companies have shareholders, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a billion of them. So
Yeah.
they'll create committees, all that stuff. There's going to be controlling parties. But nevertheless, the value of these franchises is going to go through the roof. So these guys, as long as they're showing net income, that's all that evaluation of a business is based on
Yeah.
on income. It's
course.
not based
Of
on
course.
your performance.
No.
It's not based on anything else.
But at the end of the day, you are selling a product, and that product's on the ice. And even here in Montreal, where we thought the day would never come, the team was so in the dumpsters a few years ago
Empty seats.
that there were empty seats in the
Yeah,
Bell Center
yeah.
for
Mike-
the first time ever.
Mike,
But
we-
the
you know
same
what I mean?
guy, the same people that are no longer in those seats are still watching it on TV at
Oh,
home.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So the revenue's there because they're getting it through broadcast.
Yeah.
I don't think they care. I mean, they like to have people in seats
Yeah.
in the, sorry, fans in the seats.
Yeah.
But I don't think it makes that big a deal in the end because how many teams have empty seats for years and are still alive and kicking?
Arizona.
Well, they're
They're not there anymore,
not
but whatever.
there
Yeah.
anymore. But like Carolina was in that
Yeah.
boat for a while.
They said half the league was like that. Are you kidding?
So that's what I mean. So does it really matter in the end?
Yeah. Well.
Isn't Winnipeg in that situation
It
right
is.
now?
Now,
I was gonna
yeah,
say, and
yeah,
they're
now.
good. And they're
Yeah,
good.
they're a good
Have
team.
they lost this year? Did they lose yesterday? Or? They hadn't
I
lost.
thought they
in-
won.
I think they're
won.
4-0, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, let's move it to hockey. Thank you for that, Gab.
Yeah,
I
anytime.
love when you're on, man. You explained it so nice.
Appreciate you, man.
Listen, I watched the game last night. It was the only game on. Okay, not to switch gears, but it was the Washington Capitals against the Philadelphia Flyers. It was the only game on last night.
Ugh.
Dude, I watched the game. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What a horrible fucking game. The reason I'm saying this is because it's only 9 games, 10 games into the season,
Yeah.
and you think there's any
but these
any
are-
reason to push the panic button? Because
No,
any coaches on the hot seats,
But these are two teams without a future.
Mike, I understand, but they still got to win, right? So is Tortorella on the hot seat, dude? They haven't. They're like
Tortorella's been on so many hot seats for so many years,
dude,
and
that's
he's
6
always
in a
there.
row. He's lost 6 in a row.
Yeah, but he's Tortorella.
Yeah, he puts other people on the hot seat.
Yeah, he is the hot seat. You know. And you can be damn sure that if
Okay.
he goes, he'll find a job in a week.
Here's one. I want Yanni to answer this. Here's one. Yanni,
Yeah.
is
Listen.
Martin Saint Louis on the hot seat?
Well, depends who you're asking. If you're
I'm asking you.
You're asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
I don't.
Should he
think
be?
so.
Should he be?
I don't think so. I don't like the way he's running Lane Hudson right now. He's giving him way too much loose.
Is it him or is it the defensive coach that's in charge of him?
Well, at the end of the day,
I know he takes responsibility.
He's the head coach, right? So I think you would be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
He played 30 minutes.
I feel it's too much. It's too much. And look, I'm all for the kid making mistakes. This is the time to make them. But like, fuck, 4 in a row. Like, I don't know. He was
-4.
It was a -4 in a matter of nothing. It was, I think, the first period.
Yeah. And when he got robbed of whatever in the Schneider, I think it was Schneider.
I remember I was like, do I turn off the TV now or later?
No, but you think he's on the hot seat? No?
I don't think, personally, as a Habs fan, I don't think it's his fault.
Well,
You're dealing with a young team, man.
But
you got a lot
but
of
Yanni,
time.
now this is the third year you say it's a young team. When
It's still a young team.
Okay, hold on. When is this young team gonna say, well, okay, now it's like, Suzuki's like it's his 5th year, and Cole Caulfield is his 4th year.
How long did it take Edmonton?
7 years.
Okay, it took 7 years.
It took Washington Capitals 10.
It took Edmonton 7, and they have like 1 win this season. 1, 2, what is it? 1? Yeah. So did they really learn?
Well, you're the next question I was going to say. Oh, go ahead, Mike. You were saying what?
Yeah, well, just really quick.
Yeah.
First of all, on the Habs, look, it's Marty St. Louis not on the hot seat. He's too loved. Everybody loves him.
Okay.
The players love him. The fans love him.
Okay.
You can't not like the guy. He's here for a while. They knew when they hired him. They told him, you're going to suck for X amount of years before you get good.
He probably told them we're going to suck.
Yeah.
But this is part of the
point, Gab.
Yeah, this is part of the plan. You have to just go with it. But I think Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon are a brilliant management tandem.
I believe
probably the best Montreal's had since Serge Savard.
I totally agree.
You know what I mean?
Same here. It hurts me to say this, but
No,
I agree.
but Gab, I'm envious. Gab, being a Leaf fan, I'm envious.
100%.
I'm envious.
Yeah.
I'm envious. Shut up, Yanni.
They've got a plan, and they're working towards it. But realistically, look, Demidov comes in next year. Will Laine stay healthy next year? I would say next year is when you start to see the team take a turn.
And if they
then
don't?
the year after, that's when I think they become a real team. That's my honest opinion.
How
Here's
much
another-
does goaltending have to do with it?
Well-
though?
That's why I think Monty's temporary. Montembeault kind of reminds me of Cristobal Huet.
Oh my God, yeah.
Remember?
Holy shit.
Absolutely, I remember.
Wow,
And
there's
he
a
was-
fucking name from the
But
past.
who's
Mike.
coming behind them though?
It's Jacob Fowler. He's the guy.
Yeah, you think he's going to be that good?
They're all saying he's the guy. Now, something I've noticed about the Canadians, if you look, Lane Hudson, Cole Caulfield,
Americans.
Jacob Fowler, they're all American players. I've never seen the Canadians where their elite players are all Americans.
Well, look who's the management team.
Well,
Where
yeah,
they're
there you
from.
go.
But I've made this argument on this show numerous times. USA Hockey, the program,
100%.
is totally starting to outclass Canada
100%.
in every shape.
I don't think it's starting. I think it's well into the process. Like I watch it every day.
Yeah.
It's the programs they're out of this world, and there's
Yeah.
so much love for hockey, and they're both their teams now. Tampa and Florida won cups in the last 5. It's hockey frenzy.
Hey,
down
3
there.
of the last 5 are theirs.
That's what I'm saying. It's hockey frenzy. It is.
It is.
Like it's a big deal. Everybody's wearing in my neck of the woods, Panthers gear everywhere. Anywhere you go to an arena,
That's
they're wearing
incredible.
Panthers.
But you see, and that's the thing is when I watch the American players play, they play old school Canadian hockey.
That's
There you go.
exactly
Well,
what
yeah,
I thought.
that's-
And I say and the
That's what it is.
Canadian players are playing this dressed down, dare I say the word, pussified version of what Canadian hockey used to be.
I didn't know if we were allowed to
Take
say
care
that
of me.
word, but I would. Yeah, that's exactly what
is.
it was.
And it's like, but when I watch these American players, I'm like, that's Canadian hockey. That's what we were forever.
They hit, they grind.
Yeah.
It's
Here now, did you know in some of the junior leagues here, they put stop signs on the back
Yeah.
of the jerseys?
Oh, man.
In the drills? Stop
Yeah.
signs. Dude, come on. You know what I mean?
It's come a
they-
long
all-
way.
Just FYI, in the U.S., they all have stop sign jerseys on the back of their jerseys.
Yeah,
I
but
guess
they
they're
don't
trying
want
to stop
people
the
to get-
injuries.
But
yeah.
they still play the rough and tumble hockey.
That's what I'm saying. The
They-
difference is
they-
the Canadians actually listen,
Yeah,
and then they apologize.
Yeah.
they grind, but the American players grind.
They do the American stop. Isn't that what we call it, the American stop? Yeah.
grind, man. The Americans grind.
Guys, I have a couple names I want to mention to you as far as coaches on the hot seat. How about Andrew Brunette in Nashville? 0-5 with the addition of Brady Shea, Marcia So, and Stammer. They won 1 game all year.
Did I not call it?
Yeah, you did actually.
Yeah. But the idiot that I am, I went and I drafted Stamkos in my fucking pool.
Dude, how about here's another one. Sorry, here's another one, and you can answer both of them, Mike. How about Monty in Boston? You saw what happened with the Marchand thing when he tapped him and whatever, and it caused a shitstorm.
I've been saying forever that the inevitable destination for John Tortorella is Boston Bruins.
Wouldn't that be a fit?
And if this firing happens and that firing happens, you know where his next
I
gig's
don't
going to
think
be.
so. I think this
He's
is his
from
last
Boston.
hurrah.
By the way, he's from Boston.
I know. I think this is his last
He
hurrah.
fits that team perfectly.
He's a Bruin, dude.
He
Fucking
does.
from Massachusetts or wherever the fuck he's from.
Even his dogs are Bruins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what, though, Mike?
If it would happen, dude, that city would be in a frenzy.
I think this is his last shot, Mike. I think the days of the John Tortorellas, and as much as I like him, because I always like that rough and tough coach
I hear
that
you.
gets in my face. I grew up with that, so I like that, okay? But this, okay, so here we go. Speaking of that, again, the segue, okay? Who of these three guys that I'm going to mention you think is going to be the first guy back in the league, okay? Gerard Gallant is still out there, right? Your old guy, Woodcroft, is still out there, right? And apparently, he's got a pass now. Joel Kenville is available too.
Those are the only three. What about Bruce Boudreau?
Boudreau? Yeah, but I'm talking about those three names always come up.
Yeah.
Boudreau's a little bit, you know.
Who do I think should or who do I think will?
Who do you think will?
Will, that's a tough one.
Will, I think since the fact that Stan Bowman got a job, I think Joel Quenneville's the next one to get a job.
Really?
Yeah, but who do I think should? I think even though he's very disliked for some reason, I think Gallant should
Gerard
be the
Gallant.
one.
Yeah.
But
You, Yanni? Who do you think?
I think Gerard Gallant as well.
Gerard Gallant?
Yeah, I think he's.
You think he will?
Yeah,
Or he should?
I think he should. Will he? Yeah.
He's been out of the
I
game
could
for a
see it.
while, man.
I don't know why.
But you see, when you look at it like that, Joel Quenneville has been out of the game too.
Joel Kendall was different. Joel Kendall was thrown out of the game
Exactly.
because of the shit that
But he's
happened in
been out of
Chicago.
the
We all
game.
know that bullshit.
But he's been out of the game. It's the same
And
thing.
you know what sucks? His fucking team won a cup last
yeah,
year.
I know. But I could see him coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them actually. They're both great coaches. I don't know why he doesn't have a job.
So
right now.
again, they're gonna recycle these guys and whatever.
Yeah, but Joel Quenneville's a proven winner
yeah.
Dude, he's
on
got
two
three-
on two organizations.
Again,
Yeah.
would you hire him?
You know what it is, Gab? If I'm the guy
have
that you're
a
asking me that
hard
question,
time. I'm
dude,
asking all
it's
of
just
you, like, it's hard.
the fucking backlash. How do
Yeah,
you?
but Stan Bowman got the backlash in Edmonton. It lasted a week, and now nobody says anything.
Because they're losing. As soon as they start winning, they're gonna find the reason to hate on the Edmonton Oilers.
Mike, I don't know if I'd go. I don't know if I'd want the backlash. You know what I mean? Look what happened with Babcock. Look, Columbus. Remember we had the. What the fuck were you thinking? Like what the? Are you stupid, man? What are you doing?
And there's a difference between a guy who is never on camera and a guy like Joel Quenneville who's going to be behind a bench that you're going to see every single game, right? So
yeah.
I don't know.
And wait.
because he's a great coach.
And,
right? You
and
can't
another
take that
thing,
away
it's
from him.
not him that did it. It was the fucking video coach that did it. When we
But
talk
he-
about Babcock, yeah, he knew about it, exactly. But when we talk about Babcock, he was the prick. He was the one that, dude, you see how many guys came out and told stories? Right? Fucking even Chelios came out and told a story. Mike Modano told a story.
But ultimately, at the end of the day, we can sit here and talk about all the business dynamics of a team all day. But the reason why coaches get fired is because teams want to win
Well, yeah.
for whatever reason. Otherwise, if the guy was losing 82 games, you'd just say keep him as long as we sell merch. Who cares? But they fire coaches because they do ultimately want to win.
I think there's a little bit more to it because at the end of the day, you can't fire 22 players. That's one.
Well, obviously.
right?
Obviously
so,
not.
So the coach always gets the shaft. There's you have to give the impression to your fan base that you're actually looking to win. So making a change, I think, relieves a lot of pressure. How many times you hear
Yes.
especially here in Montreal, right? you're gonna
Yeah.
as soon as there's a losing streak, then
Oh
they
my
start
God.
talking.
Yeah, yeah.
They
and
already
eventually-
started.
Right.
They already started.
Well,
Well,
saying-
that's why I mentioned what I mentioned. That's
Yeah.
why I said Marty St. Louis.
But-
Because I heard rumblings
but-
already.
But
So-
to Mike's point, like he's loved by the city.
Yeah.
He's loved, but like the guy was
Can't do no
loved,
wrong.
He was loved as a Tampa Bay
I
Lightning
know.
player.
Yeah.
You know,
Look, let's call a spade a spade. He's loved because he's a French Canadian.
but in Montreal, that's the thing is if they don't like you, it's
Oh, you'll
quick,
know.
You'll know. But
You'll
if they
know.
like you, they will give you a
Ask
leash.
Jonathan
that's-
Drouin.
They'll give you a leash. So to your
Yeah,
point, Mike,
yeah,
I agree.
yeah,
Like,
I
I don't think
agree.
he's gonna go for that reason.
But the thing I'm hearing is it's not going to be a firing. It's going to be
A
a
resign.
mutual agreement to resign.
It's possible. He was saying something about his kids, right? St. Louis, that he
Yeah,
he's talking about. Is that an excuse? Is that a
But
Maybe
really,
it
who's
starts-
going to take over? I mean, like that. Who's that guy that's there?
Well, the next French Canadian guy that's available.
Gerard Gallant?
Yeah.
No, he's not French.
He's not French, but
And he
speaks
was here,
French.
and they canned him because he wasn't French.
Yeah.
I think that he's the right coach for a young team. You know what I mean? And I think he's the guy to groom them to get them there.
I don't think St. Louis is going anywhere. Guys.
This thing of 0-5 and everyone pulling the panic button at 0-5. Do you remember the year in the first 10 games when the Canadians were like 10-0?
They were 9-0. They didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, and Dale Weiss led the league in points. And you remember that shit? And everyone was like, "Oh my God, we have a superstar!" And then
The Flyers picked them up.
Yeah.
And paid a shitload of money.
for nothing.
for nothing.
For nothing.
So it's like this. I think it's too early to start having these heart attacks.
No, okay. All right. Cool. Fair enough. Guys.
It's not 10 games in.
Yeah, exactly.
But we didn't talk about Mount Rushmore.
No, that's what that's what I'm gonna do. Before we go, I want to have a little bit of fun. Okay, I saw this little tweet. I don't know if it was a tweet or whatever. What's it called?
Instagram.
Whatever.
X.
One of those
Meme or
grams and
something.
whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. And I saw this thing about the all-time Mount Rushmores of
Each team.
each team in the National Hockey League, excluding the original 6, because Gabby and I had this conversation off air before. Dude, if you count the original 6 teams, you'll be here till fucking next March. You know what I mean? Can you imagine a Montreal Canadiens Mount Rushmore, 4 guys?
You need 6 mountains.
You need fucking 8 mountains, exactly. You know what I mean? Like all kinds of Mount Rushmore. So excluding the 6 original teams, who has the absolute best 4? Right, it's 4 Mount Rushmore. Mike,
And who are they?
sorry.
And who will they be? Okay, well, let's just say what the meme said. The
Okay.
meme said the Pittsburgh Penguins. With
Okay.
Mario Lemieux, Sidney
Yager,
Crosby,
Sid.
Jaromir Yager, and Evgeny Malkin, which,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
You
It's
know what
hard
I
to
mean?
argue.
Well,
but-
Malkin and for me, Kevin Stevens at the time was just as good. You know what I mean?
Mark Recchi was there. I mean,
Mark
they had a lot of
Mark
guys.
Rickey came along.
Yeah, but were they good because of Mario?
Yes.
Whereas Evgeny he pulled his own weight by himself.
Yeah.
Was it
Yager can pull his own
Look,
weight too.
there's no-
I know that. I didn't mention
Yeah,
Yager
yeah,
for
yeah.
that reason, but he was hesitant on Malkin. That's
So Mike, you got Pitt?
Huh?
You got Pittsburgh?
no,
Oh,
he's
no,
saying
I
that's
said
what they
that's
said.
what the meme said.
Okay.
Like he's gonna have Pitt.
My contention
Yeah.
is going to be the
The
Edmonton
Edmonton
Oilers.
Oilers, of course.
I mean, come on.
So who's the 4?
Well, okay, it's obvious. Okay, if I'm only picking forwards,
yeah. No, you
Oh,
can
you
pick
picked
the
the
4.
best 4.
You got 4.
Not Rushmore.
Gretzky and Messier are obvious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, those are no-brainers. Then either one of Paul Coffey or Yari Curry.
Okay. Well,
You
no.
know.
Which one, Mike? Which one to you?
I'll say Paul Coffey.
Okay. So you got a D in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got to put Connor.
Connor
And
McDavid.
that's
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's it. Fuck, no Grant Fewer, none of that.
Wow. Wow. You, Yanni? And you can't say Carey Preston, no Canadians. No.
Dallas Stars.
Whoa.
Mike Modano.
Okay.
You had Louis Erickson back in the day.
Nah.
Brandon Morrow.
No, man. Mount Rushmore. What the fuck you say? Dude, there's guys in that room that are fucking better than Louis Erickson.
Bro, well, we're all
Carl
gonna,
Raton.
we're all gonna say the same shit, man. Come on.
Are you out of your fucking mind? Jesus Christ, Yanni. Yeah. My God.
That's what I was gonna say.
I was going to say Colorado, yeah.
But who would you put? You'd have Forsberg, you'd have Roy, you'd have Sakic, and what? Hayduk?
No.
No. So who's your
no.
4th?
McKinnon, man.
McKinnon, yeah.
McKinnon. I was going to say Colorado. I was going to say Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg, Patty Roy, and Nathan McKinnon for me.
So
I
good.
like Logan Stankoven. Let's go, Logan.
Yeah, he's got 2 goals in his life, but whatever. Yeah. But
But your Mount Rushmore should be, I guess, inactive players, right?
it should. Yeah, it
Well,
should
Sidney and Evgeny are active.
That's what I'm saying. They
No, no.
should be inactive. I'm not
Inactive.
saying that. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
But-
what it should be.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's what they said all
I
time,
mean,
right?
honestly, you could even build a sick round Mount Rushmore with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
You could. 'Cause
You
it's
know?
That's
only
what they
4
said.
it's only
Any other
4
team.
players.
Yeah.
So
Except Arizona.
Wow, you know what, Mike? Hold on a sec. The Tampa Bay Lightning, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, Vinny LeCavalier is there for sure.
Marty St. Louis,
Marty
Yeah.
St. Louis got to be there for sure.
Steven Stamkos,
Stamkos,
Kucherov.
coach. How about the goalie?
yeah, Vasilevsky,
Vasi. What else am I missing? those
Brad
days-
Richards,
No, not really. You could say Dave Andrechek too, but Dave Andrechek was there for a year. Wasn't
Chris
really-
Kontos.
No. Oh my God.
No, but those 4, you
Yeah.
can make a really good
Yeah,
team.
you can make a.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Yeah.
So I mean,
Hedman.
there's
Victor
a lot
Hedman.
of teams that you could. Yeah, Victor Hedman
How
actually.
about
There
the
you go.
guys? How about the Flyers? How about the Flyers?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, for
Lindros.
sure.
You
But
can put
even,
Lindros,
Bobby
Bobby
Clark.
Lindros. Maybe Bernie, because Bernie Perron was incredible.
Bill
The
Barber.
goalie, yeah.
Barbara, there was all kinds of. But Bernie Perron as a goalie was.
Yeah.
Ron
fucking-
Hextall.
No, Bernie Perron was 10 times better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ron Hextall scored a goal.
2.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
3.
Two. Marty Brodeur
Marty
got
Brodeur
3.
scored 3.
Yeah, he's got 2.
He's got more goals than some guys in the.
The New
Exactly.
Jersey Devils is another team, by
How
the
about
way.
the Devils? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
That's
Forget
where I
it.
was gonna go to.
Really?
Patrick Elias and
Brodeur,
Elias Brodeur.
Zach Parise
Scott
back in the time.
Stevens.
Scott Stevens.
Parise was a beast.
Scott Nieder. You can have just
Niedermeyer.
defensemen on that one.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
throw in what's
All of
his
them.
name?
Rafalski.
Ken Danico.
Yeah, Danico, Rafalski, Stevens,
Niedermeyer.
and Niedermeyer.
Yeah,
Jesus
well,
Christ! Imagine
You
going
like
up against
blue lines.
And they had Brodeur in the
if you
back.
get through that, there's that fucking guy in net.
Who can stick
Isn't that
handle better than the four
crazy?
defense?
Goals
Yeah,
against-
really. That's why they changed the fucking rule, guys.
Goals against that year, 4.
Yeah, really. That's why they changed the rule, right?
Yeah, I
Because he was
know.
too good. He was like a fucking third defenseman out there.
Unreal,
So
man.
imagine that. You had Jacques Lemaire coaching, who would use the red line as a defenseman.
Who could have been on his own Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Proud of him.
And they have Marty Brodeur in net, who's better than fucking most defensemen in the league. That's incredible.
You know, there's another team that you could actually have in Mount Rushmore? St. Louis Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say Brett Hall, McInnes.
Gretzky.
Gretzky was in.
Adam Oates.
Yeah,
Oates for sure.
Hall
Brett
and
Hall,
Oates.
Oates.
Hall and Oates, man.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Toronto
Yeah.
ex-song?
What I
Hall and
want,
Oates?
you got,
Yeah.
you did. Anyway,
That's it.
let's
Hall
not
and
start
Oates
singing.
right
Yeah,
there,
really. Not anymore, but
But wait, before we go, are you
Yeah.
going to talk about Mitch Marner, or what are we doing?
what about fucking Mitch Marner?
I don't know. How are you feeling about him this year?
Dude, we're not doing that.
Feel the same way as
What-
last
this
year.
is
What do you
not
think
my
of-
home.
No, but the Berube effect. Let's talk about it before we go.
This is not my home. I can't flip tables. I'm not allowed to break things.
No, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing how long Marner lasts under Berube. Because,
Did you see tonight?
yeah.
He got shit tonight. He was yelling at both of them.
but so was Matthews.
Yeah, he was yelling at both Matthews and Marner.
Let's see how they
guys.
take that because I think that's what they need, this team.
Yes, they do. Enough of your fucking prancing around
Yeah.
and stop being your Harlem Globetrotters and fucking shoot the puck in the net and then score some
Yeah,
goals.
but they're the Harlem Globetrotters, but they're playing like the Washington Generals.
Exactly,
so-
they play like the Generals. Exactly, so it doesn't make a difference. Anyway, guys, this was so much fun. Gabby, again, thank you and your brother for having us here. Thank you for your insight, man. I love talking to you like this. Thank you so much. And should we wish Pasky a great day for Saturday?
We should. But
We
you
should.
know what's cool? Maybe we tell the listeners.
Yeah.
It's a Bruins Leafs.
It's a
Saturday
Bruins.
night game.
Isn't it fucking fitting? Eh? Is it?
I would bet that he may have picked it that way. Let's see.
You
if
know
he
what?
picked it when
Knowing
he
Pasky, he probably did.
yeah.
He probably did. Actually, he's probably gonna kick his ass, but whatever. He probably did.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Hey.
But I hope
On
he
the
has.
next episode, you'll tell him what we did on his.
Yeah,
on his
yeah,
wedding.
yeah.
There you go.
He's gonna be so fucking shocked.
We're all
dude.
Clark Kent again.
Oh, dude, he's gonna be so shocked. We're all going naked. No,
Nice.
just kidding. Guys, thank you so much for having. Yeah, well, Mike, so sorry.
Before, I know we're
Yeah.
almost done here, but
Yeah.
we forgot. Didn't we have a Rangers fan we had to razz a little bit?
Well,
before this
he's
was
off there. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. So
I think he's looking for more cannolis.
Yeah,
man. I
well,
got news
Yeah,
for
and
him.
he's looking
The
for
whole
money.
overtone.
He's looking for money for Shesterkin.
You know what? We'll have him on next time. We'll have
Yeah.
him on next time. Guys, thank you so much for having us, Gab. Again, you and your brother. So, guys, again, if you want to, you have your kids, you want to come play soccer, come here at Soccer IQ. You saw this facility
Beautiful
is incredible.
facility.
Great facility. Thank you for having us.
Thank you
And
for
thanks
coming.
again to Red One Music for beautiful, all this stuff, the Focusrite and everything else. Again, like I said, you guys want to go see them at 2069 Churchill Boulevard in Dorval. And you can give them a shout at 514-225-2226. Tell them the Puck Nation sent you. They'll fix you up. Go see Tommy. Go see James. And go see my buddy Sergio. And they're all Habs fans, too. So you can, whatever. You can do the na-na-na-na-na-na-na, whatever the fuck it is that they do. Thank you so much for having us. And we'll see you again for episode number 61 next week. Thanks, guys.